Alrighty guys, we're back for Cat's Resolve, and this is a Foundation Standard Brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, this was a suggestion down in the comments. So thank you so much for the suggestion, it's gonna be a fun one. It was essentially to play kitty cats with Nahiri's Resolve. So that's what we're gonna do. It's a 2 of in here, 5 mana enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have haste. Cool. At the beginning of your end step, exile any number of non-token artifacts and or creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep. Awesome stuff. Of course, it's going to pair beautifully with any powerful ETB effects that we have packed in. And we do have some pretty powerful ones like Regal Caracal. Also on the top end, 5 mana 3/3. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. Whenever this creature enters, create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens with lifelink. Awesome stuff, and of course it'll pair beautifully with our other kitty cats packed in. Let's take the time to go over those right now. We have 3 Arahbo, the first Fang. 3 mana 2/2. Other cats you control get +1/+1, and then whenever this or another non-token cat you control enters, you create a 1/1 white cat creature token. So lots of ways to go wide relatively fast here, especially if you're blinking these in with Nahiri's Resolve. Everything gets haste, everything gets the +1/+0. Seems kind of crazy, huh? More kitty cats, we got 4 Helpful Hunters. It's a 2 mana 1/1. When it enters, draw a card, so keeping our hand nice and stocked up. More ways to boost our wide kitty cat board state. Patchwork Banner making the cut as a 3 of. You're going to call kitty cats more often than not, but I could see some games where you might call bunny rabbits since we have all 4 carrot cakes packed in too. Also, carrot cake is going to be a pretty decent one to blink with the Nahiri's Resolve since it's not just creatures, it also says non-token artifacts. So Patchwork Banner, the creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1, but then also just acting as mana fixing and a little bit of ramp. Really does go the extra mile when you ramp past your 4th turn into your 5-drop, right? And sometimes you'll need a turn 4 Sunfall. Yeah, we got some emergency board wipes packed in, and we know Sunfall works pretty darn well in general, but it generating the extra incubator token pairs really nicely with cards like Caretaker's Talent. We see mono white do this nonsense all the time. Caretaker's Talent making the cut as a 3 of in here should be pretty darn good, especially if we're doing the thing with cats like we want to be doing, and maybe we can copy some of those cat tokens as well. Or maybe we can copy some tokens off of Molten Duplication, huh? So you create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types, gains haste, and then sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. A lot of cool stuff we can copy in here. You can even copy the Patchwork Banner. If you need an extra way to boost your wide board state or something, that could be interesting enough, I suppose. More importantly, though, what you really want to hit is your top end with this. Copying a Regal Caracal just seems absolutely disgusting, doesn't it? You could copy cards like Carrot Cake, too. Since you're sacrificing it at the end, you'll actually get the extra bunny rabbit and the extra scry as well. That's kind of cool, right? I hope the 2 of these is worth it. Okay, we do have some spot removal. We have 3 Get Lost. That ought to do the thing. We got 3 Torch the Tower. That ought to do the thing. I suppose these can be your spot removal of choice, but I do think those are going to be pretty darn good. We also have some ways to slow down the opponent in the early game. We have 3 Authority of Consuls. Creatures your opponent's control enter tapped, and then whatever creature an opponent controls enters, you also gain 1 life. A lot of people have been having a lot of success with this. I know my opponents have been having a lot of success with this. So I think it'll be worthwhile, and I think more importantly too, in the mid to late game, it kind of prevents the opponents from dropping a bunch of chump blockers, which could be really important for a deck list like this. All right, is that everything, guys? Oh, more emergency board wipes. We have a 1 of split up in here, which could be pretty interesting, especially in a deck list with the Authority of Consuls, right? 24 total mana, guys. And I thought about the mana base for a while. I actually landed on the Raucous Carnival. Hopefully this is fine. Inspiring Vantage. I think the early game is going to be very important. We do have a couple Fabled Passage, Fountainport, and Mirrex making the cut as a 2 of each of those because just extra token generation is very important, especially in a deck list that runs Caretaker's Talent. All right, honorable mentions. The Flanker, guys. Yes. If we had room, this would be in there, but boy, it was hard to find room in this deck list. Prideful Parent is also one to keep your eye on and could be a good budget trade out for the Arahbo, but honestly, dude, Arahbo is going to be much better, especially since it helps boost that wide cat board state. Urbask Forge could, of course, have been cool in a deck list like this. If we weren't going kitty cats and we were just going like Boros tokens, I think Forge would have made the cut. Sunspine Lynx could have been a cool top end kitty cat that we wouldn't mind blinking. And then Banner of Kinship almost made the cut too. I think this could be an interesting one of on the top end, but what are we going to drop? Sunfall? I don't think so, unfortunately, right? But yeah, honorable mention for a good reason. All right, guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. We got a lot of good stuff packed in, first of all. We kind of have like this whole, like it kind of sort of looks like it could be a mono white mid-range style build, right? Like we have a lot of those similar combos packed in. Opponent goes first, which should be scary, but we have Torch the Tower here on turn 1. Yeah, we keep this. This would be a really weird mulligan, right? Okay, Spyglass Siren. Okay. I don't think we hit Siren. That would be a little weird, right? We'd want to wait till the last moment, I think. Okay, some Dimir. Yeah, we'll take the 1. I think they're just going to end up passing back, unfortunately, but I don't think we want to pop the Siren right now. Torch the Tower probably has a better target in its future. They do end up passing back. It's worth the attempted Helpful Hunter, even if it gets countered or something. Maybe we'll be able to get our more powerful cards down later when they run out of counters. I think Helpful Hunter is probably a decent counter though, right? Since it replaces itself and establishes itself on the board too. It lands, replaces itself. It's actually pretty huge for us, man. Ah, Flood Pit's Drowner. We've actually been seeing a lot of this style of Dimir recently. Okay, Raucous Carnival was the draw, which actually isn't bad. It's good to see more mana here, I would say. I might get a good chunk of damage here. No, just the 3. Oh, they are going to use the other map token. So they're tapping out, which is pretty huge, man. We have a turn 3. What do we decide on? Patchwork Banner or Arahbo? Like, which one do we just want to hit, you know? Okay, Vantage was pretty good, too. Yeah, I don't mind seeing this extra mana. So if we go Banner, we have Fountainport for next turn. We have a turn 4 Regal Caracal, which could be really good, but at that point, what are the odds that the opponent's going to tap out again anyways? However, that being said, Banner also lets us keep the Torch the Tower open too. Maybe they would drop a counter on the Torch the Tower, which might leave it open for the Caracal. It's Banner, dude. Yeah, I talked myself into that pretty fast, I would say. So, of course, we want to call Kitty Cat. I guess we could do Torch the Tower now while they're tapped out. But again, I kind of would prefer... Oh, Kaito's chilling on top. That's a problem. That's a big problem. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm holding you up, huh? Yeah, we're going to wait for their turn. Yeah, a counter on the Torch the Tower is better than a counter on the Caracal. But we might just have to go Sunfall anyways next turn. If the... Oh, that's the problem with Kaito, though, huh? Oh, that's a big problem. I don't know, man. I don't know. Which one? I guess we go... We'd prefer them not to bounce the Drowner. It's also the most damage. And then the ninjutsu will happen for the Spyglass Siren. And then they'll be tapped out, so we'll have the Caracal on turn 4, which is really good. But we're kind of in danger. Down to 11. Yeah, the Kaito has Hexproof on their turn. They go Surveil 2 here instead of the Emblem. And draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, so Kaito going back over here as a Planeswalker then. Okay, Plains. Carnival can come down untapped. Can also just establish the Fountainport. That's fine, I guess. I guess we'll get the Carnival down untapped while we can, because we're about to get some lifelink going. Carnival. Caracal. We're going to swing at the Kaito. We can't take it out yet, but we're almost there. There's nothing else we can do for the turn, really. I mean, that's definitely the best play. Swing at the Kaito. Go back up to 14. So if for some reason the opponent didn't swing, then our Carnival would have had to come in tapped, but it wouldn't have really mattered since we're seeing so much mana anyways. That's pretty cool, man. Go for the throat for the Caracal right away, but we get to keep the kitty cats around. Do we double block this Kaito? Or do we just take it? I guess they really don't want us to be wide here. I think we stay wide, take the 4. We'd only lose 1 cat, though. Maybe we could start swinging at their face. They didn't go plus either. Yeah, no blocks. That probably just means it's more spot removal in their hand. We double block. They go spot removal. We lose 2 kitty cats. I'd say what they don't want is for us to be wide. They got 3 mana open, 3 cards in hand that we don't know about. Like, the odds that spot removal is probably pretty high. It's going to be spot removal for the Arahbo, but... Ooh, Nahiri's Resolve. Hi. Hello. What do I do with the Nahiri's Resolve, though? We probably stick to the plan with the Arahbo. I got 2 open. They didn't use the map token. So another go for the throat is probably likely here. It'd be cool to just establish the Resolve. We still have some really good swings. Everything in hand is expensive, to say the least. Actually, if we establish the Resolve, it's a similar concept, actually, isn't it, to the Arahbo? They'll have 1 piece of removal, so we have to go full swing at the Kaito anyways, because they have a chump blocker on board. So they might just not chump then, right? And then they still spot remove 1 at the end of their turn. Which would be the helpful hunter, because they don't want us to blink it and draw, but nowhere to run. Okay. They decide lifelink actually is the one that they don't want us to have. I guess that makes sense too, doesn't it?
Fine. I'll make a new plan.
I guess we could blink the banner if we want, but now just the helpful hunter. Seems pretty decent, man. Yeah, them deciding on lifelink, they didn't want us to go up to 16, which I guess that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? They could really start to struggle. Oh no, the amount of card draw they're going to get from this Enduring Curiosity. Oh no, guys. All right, we're going to have to figure that out, but get back up to 4 cards in hand. A tapped land, that's good news. If they don't have anything... Dude, they had a cut down. Let's see what we draw on the helpful hunter. Carrot Cake isn't bad. Torch the Tower's terrific. Yeah, we can exile the Enduring Curiosity. That's so good, dude. Holy cow. But so Plains, let's make sure we do this all correctly. We'd want to go, we'll still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually still open. Wow. All right, Carrot Cake, come on down, buddy. Get Lost is probably worth keeping on top. I hope, right? Next up, I apologize, opponent. This one's taking me some time. I want to bargain away the Carrot Cake. Get another 1/1 out there. Keep the Get Lost, I suppose, right? And then keep the Get Lost. Wow, a lot of scrying going on right now, right? And then get the Arahbo down. Yes. How much damage is that? Wow, down to 4, dude. Holy cow. Bounce Helpful Hunter, bounce Arahbo. This is freaking awesome, man. Holy cow. Hey, Enduring Curiosity number 2. That's good, man. That's really good because another draw 2, back up to 3 cards, 3 mana open. I don't know what it could be for the opponent. They're going to need a lot here because of Nahiri's Resolve coming in. Okay, cut down, still have 2 mana open. Yeah, keeping the Get Lost was probably really good because even if they get another chump blocker or something, this is actually crazy, dude. This is so neat. Oh, Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay. Okay. So which one do they tap? They tap down the Arahbo. Yeah. All right, Get Lost. Let's go for everything, right? We'll take care of the Enduring Curiosity, I suppose. It comes back, but it's a chump blocker that's no longer there. Then we have the full swing. They're tapped out. We won't even activate the Fountainport because I don't want to take that extra time. So they go Drowner into like Helpful Hunter, and that's still 12 damage getting through, guys. So we also could have activated Fountainport, paid 1 life, create a 1/1 blue fish creature token. It also would have had haste with the +1/+0. Actually just freaking awesome, huh? Really good match here. See if the opponent takes this. They do decide to take the damage. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we like to showcase a deck list, doing the thing right out the gate. All right, let's keep the ball rolling too. You know, I mean, we do have a lot of good stuff. I'd say we got a little lucky where the opponent was their deck list was operating at a slower pace than some other deck lists. You guys know what I mean? Yeah, we actually had a couple extra turns of setup and stuff, so that was kind of essential. We didn't run into any counterspells. I don't know how often that version of Dimir actually runs counterspells, because I'm blanking right now. I don't know if they drop counters very often. Okay, we go first. Removal, Helpful Hunter. I mean, this would probably be a weird mulligan, right? We should probably keep this. Pretty much any draws off the top outside of mana would be fine. And then we're going to see even more off the top with the Helpful Hunter too. And I can't think of any deck list that we could go up against where the removal won't come in handy, so. All right, torch the tower. Let's do the thing. Do it well with the exile, too. Sunfall, ooh. Okay, we'll establish Fountainport. Helpful Hunter. Yeah, mana, but I guess we'll have 5 when it comes time for the Sunfall. But turn 5 is pretty far away if you're up against Boros Auras or something. Yeah, Optimistic Scavenger. They just keep the mountain open, huh? That's a good draw. Let's get the second white source on the board. All right. Arahbo, the first Fang. Come on down, buddy. Let's get that swing. Is the swing worth it, or do we just want to keep a chump blocker? No, we don't need that many chump blockers. We'll have the token over here, too. I'd say it's worth it. You never know if that extra 2 damage will come in handy later on. Sheltered by Ghost takes the Arahbo, but we're going to get the ETB again, which is actually pretty crazy. Since we have the Get Lost in hand, right? We do have the ward too to pay. Oh, except for the fact they do have 1 mana open for a Shard Mage's Rescue, and it usually is the rescue, guys. So it's probably worth the shot. We can try. They'd want us to pay the 2, and then they drop the Shard Mage's Rescue. If it misses, it misses, and then we have Sunfall for next turn. Yeah, I mean, we definitely try it. We definitely try it. What's going on here? Submit 1. Why is it having us do that? I guess it wants us to confirm that we actually want to target the ward creature. Does it usually do that, or is that new? Shard Mage's Rescue. All right, let's... save 2 chump blockers. Just in case they have removal for 1, and we want to take almost no damage. It's a little weird, but they're going to be gaining so much life anyways that we're really looking at a late game here. Oh, this Sunfall is going to be so satisfying, hitting 2 scavengers. So as far as exiles go, I guess we'd want to chump with Hunter to get it to the grave. We don't have anything to bring out of the grave, but I mean, that's good practice, probably. Could also just... No. Yeah, that's what we want to do. See what they got here. Ah, Monstrous Rage. Okay, so we probably should have double blocked to take the least amount of damage, but at least our Incubator token will have an extra counter on it, right? They still got 1 card in hand, guys. This is going to be a very satisfying Sunfall. We'll play the Carnival for the turn, too, since it's coming out untapped. Hey, Arahbo number 2. It doesn't really matter, though, unless they find another way to get rid of this first one. I guess we start with the swing. Nah, they just block, and then it's 1 less counter on the Sunfall Incubator. They won't fall for that at all. Like, they're not gonna just take the 1. I think they definitely block. Kitty cats. Go, go, go. Go, 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 kitty cats. Emberheart Challenger. We attempt the block, I suppose. With the first bang? So that way we can play the other one? I guess, because if we block with the token, just based on the hand, like, that's really weird to do, but... All right, opponent. Monstrous Rage number 2. We had to anticipate it at that point, but boy, we're in danger. Should I have double blocked? Maybe. Get lost. Pretty good. I mean, the opponent's tapped out, but if they find a creature off the top and they get 2 of the map tokens going, if it's like another challenger, boy, we'd be in danger, huh? So we do everything. We absolutely do everything that we can, except for power up the Incubator, because we want the challenger to die no matter what, and we do it now because every time I target with Get Lost, that's a little weird, right? Anyways, we do it now because they could top deck a Shard Mage's Rescue, which would be awful. Woo, buddy, Regal Caracal. Hi. Not powering up this Incubator token feels a little weird, but now the opponent's in danger, dude. What a top deck. Jeez, bro. Back up to 15. Look at this wide board stained. Good game, opponent. Wow. All right, 2 victories in a row. I can't imagine they get any better than that. It's good stuff, man. Hopefully I'm playing it out well enough, too, because I'm kind of like... I mean, I hope it's fine. I might be being a little hard on myself, too, for no reason. Yeah, it kind of feels hard to think through, but at the same time, it's working out. So I guess we're doing fine. Let's keep the ball rolling. If the rest of the matches for the video are losses, I'm still pretty darn satisfied with what we were able to showcase here. Opponent goes first. We should find the 3rd mana easy enough. Got the Scry on the Carrot Cake, early removal. Again, probably would be another weird mulligan. Let's keep this. All right, opponent plays a Plains. And we play a Vantage. Guys, hey, while I have you here in the middle of the video, make sure you check out that description where we have that Discord link, as well as that Patreon link, too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. Helpful Hunter or Carrot Cake? I guess Carrot Cake for the Scry, and then go from there, because we want to Scry mana on top. Torch the tower will send. Looking for the 3rd mana for next turn. Or we could have gone Helpful Hunter. We would have drawn the Torch the tower. I think the Scry makes more sense, though. Lay down arms onto our bunny rabbit. Rude opponent. Okay, Carrot Cake. Now we go for the draw on the Helpful Hunter because what we're expecting is 3rd mana on the top. But we don't need the 3rd mana for the turn unless we play the Torch the tower with it. So another Scry could still be the call. And the Carrot Cake play over the Carrot Cake pop is probably better here for the Scry. Vantage. All right, we keep it on top. So we missed mana for 1 turn, and we should be okay. Okay. Vantage. Looks like opponent missed mana for the turn 2. That was their turn 4, right? So now we could start to ramp with the banner. Calling cat on the banner seems a little weird. Let's start with the swing. It seems a little weird when we have a bunny rabbit on the board is what I mean. But that's still what we do, probably. Still call kitty cat. This lets us keep the Torch the tower open. All right. Caretaker's Talent. Nice. Passes right back to us. So this is very much a board wipe style deck list that we're up against, guys. The other Get Lost, the Torch the Tower, 3 pieces of spot removal in hand versus mono white mid-range is not the greatest, I would say. So we'd still have, so we have Patchwork Banner. We'd probably still want to go Banner. Since we're missing mana, having this extra mana versus them missing mana, I feel like just having the excess mana is very important right now. We draw on the Hunter. Wow, Nahiri's Resolve is going to be great, dude. All right. Did all that before combat since the opponent was tapped out, but it would have been good practice to swing first, I suppose. Establishing Nahiri's Resolve before they're at before they can get their board wipes going is actually going to be crazy. Okay, mana off the top. Yeah, we definitely get Resolve down. We still have Torch the Tower open too. And this is great to do before combat, but they got 2 mana open now, so Get Lost definitely exists in these deck lists. So it is going to be a Get Lost right away, and we shouldn't be surprised by that at all. They want to do it before combat because they don't want to take the extra damage. And the extra... Wait, when did they do that? Did they give us a chance to use these map tokens? Or yeah, did they do it too early? I wasn't even paying attention to that. Either way, we'll keep the Torch the Tower open. Wow, they're missing mana, guys. That's a little unlucky, I would say, for mono white mid-range, right? I think so. Molten Duplication. All right, well... Map token? I can imagine more spot removal from the opponent. And guys, by the way, this is anyone's game. We don't need another Get Lost right now. Not up against what we're up against. Well, yeah, probably not. The double Get Lost in hand is the only reason I'm sending the 3rd one. Yeah, we'll still go for the other map token. We go all into the bunny rabbit because Arahbo's going to have a huge target on his back anyways. Another Torch the Tower. Weird that we're seeing all this removal. And again, the only reason I'm sending it is because we already got so much removal in hand. Go for the swing. Yeah, opponent missing mana, but then also we're not drawing too well either. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening here. I think the big thing right now is going to be if they find their 4th and then drop the immediate board wipe. Like, it just like 4th mana is coming. We know that for sure. But then is Day of Judgment coming right after it? With the Get Lost, we can still just imagine that they're expecting maybe not to see the mana. So let's see what happens. They do find the 4th. Is it still going to be a Day Judgment, though? It's going to be a Beza, actually. Wow. That's really good for them. Back up to 18 tokens. Drawing a card off the talent. Now, the question is a Torch the Tower on a 1/1 fish worth it? I suppose so. Why not? We could go for the Scry as well on the Torch the Tower, but nah. Yeah, we'll get rid of one of the tokens. Ooh, Caretaker's Talent. That could help us keep up pace pretty nicely. Still have 3 mana open. I was thinking about that that Molten Duplication on a Carrot Cake. Get the Scry again. That also is a token entering. Could copy the token with the Caretaker's Talent too. Get another token and another Scry. That's kind of neat, right? But then the Beza won't get taken care of, I suppose. I guess we could start with just copying a kitty cat. Since we have double banners on the board boosting the cats anyways. Okay, split up is interesting. We'll go get lost on the Beza. They'll definitely eventually use these map tokens. Oh, crap, with their Caretaker's Talent, guys. I totally forgot about that. Well, they got to draw off the Beza. They got so much value off of that one Beza. Okay, Archangel Elspeth. Speaking of value, that could be a pretty value card in this matchup. Some card draw. See if they use that map token for the turn. They actually go Caretaker's Talent. Extra chump blockers is pretty good. Authority would have been terrific earlier. Huh. With their chump blockers, it's probably worth boosting with Caretaker's Talent still, right? I don't know. I feel like I'm overthinking a lot of this game, I would say. A Get Lost on one of their 1/1 soldiers is not terrific. I think we'll go for map token. No, one of the kitty cats, I guess. And then Authority of Consuls. Oh. Still have the other map token open too. Or Get Lost, get 10 through for the turn. Nah, this is fine. And I think Molten Duplication for next turn works as well. Carrot Cake is probably okay to keep on top. We already have 2 Carrot Cakes though. It's a little weird. But any amount of extra tokens on the board while the Caretaker's Talent is fully buffed, probably pretty significant. We full swing at the Archangel Elspeth. We do get rid of Archangel Elspeth. However, they can keep their soldiers around then. So at this point, we're forcing at least one block. But they do block with both. Then they generate another 1/1 with the Elspeth. I don't know, man. I don't know. Ah! Sunfall! Okay. We're okay. We're okay. This could go either way. Hopefully I'm playing this out well enough, guys. This was essential, man. Authority of Consuls, but now we don't have any hasty creatures. Unless we Molten Duplicate one of the actual tokens, because then it'll get haste. Fountainport's on the board too. I don't want to forget about that. I kind of have been overlooking it. So we can start with... Too bad we can't get a cat token out there, huh? Carrot Cake, let's see the Scry. Mirrex, I'm going to send it to the bottom. We don't need more mana right now. And our land, Fountainport's already generating tokens if we need it. All right, Sunfall. Our own Sunfall will come in handy, but not yet. So we can Molten Duplicate the Bunny Rabbit. It's just not that powerful. We're going to have to get lost the Archangel Elspeth then. I'm thinking opponent. I apologize, buddy. We should do it on our turn. We have 3 mana open. Also, their Caretaker's talent could be pretty good too. But both of these are really good targets. They're going to draw on the talent as well. Maybe if I would have waited till their turn after they've already drawn with the talent. That's weird, man. I don't know. They're really tough decisions because what if this is the one mono white mid-range where they just happen? That's a problem, dude. That's a really big problem. So we want to activate Carrot Cake before they pop our Caretaker's talent so we can restock our hand. Yeah, what if this is the one mono white mid-range where they have protection or something? Arahbo, cool. All right, that's what we keep on top. This was a rough one for me, guys. This one's melted my brain a lot. And after, like, they had so many turns where they missed mana, but after the fact, they found mana easy peasy, and they were able to just sustain themselves really nicely. That Beza was crazy. The amount of value they got from that Beza, 4 pieces of early spot removal was the reason that they were able to stay in it so long after missing mana for all those turns. Something else, man. Archangel Elspeth, number 2. Okay, luckily that's all coming in tapped. We're at 32 as well. We just need to figure out a way to push this through. Now that our talent is gone, though, that's pretty bad, right? We have to decide what to do with this split up and everything as well. Tough decisions, man. Really tough. Let's get the first Fang down. Unfortunately, the kitty cat's only 4 now. Molten Duplication on the cat token could be all right. Guess it could also be on the Arahbo too. No, well, it does not work that way. Never mind. Since it's legendary. If we just pass it back, they have the Archangel. They're going to draw on the Caretaker's talent. We have Carrot Cake open. I'm going to try for a surprise Molten Duplication next turn. The problem is, guys, their creatures on tap, now they have even more to block with. The lifelink on their tokens right now, too. If they go for the swing, though, they don't know we have split up. We also have the emergency Sunfall, too. Okay. We go up to 33. They draw off the Caretaker's talent. 34 cards remaining in the deck list, guys. We have 35. So it's not going to come down to just getting decked out, unfortunately. Patchwork Banner, that definitely sucks. Let's go ahead and use that and pop a Carrot Cake. Especially for the Scry here. Maybe an extra chump with the Bunny Rabbit too. Oh yeah, get rid of the Vantage. Oh, that was worth it. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Banner costs 5. Our cats go down in power and toughness. I still have 3 map tokens. Guys, I gave them 2 card draws off of our Get Lost. If I would have been more patient and waited for them to already draw off the talent, I think maybe a little less card advantage for the opponent really could have come in handy for us. All right, let's see what the opponent ends up doing here. We're probably going to draw off the Fountainport on a chump. We want to chump the 4/4 lifelink so they don't gain too much. They're not swinging. Do we go Sunfall for our turn? Probably not. We only have 1 tapped creature. I guess we're going to continue with the Carrot Cake? Question mark? We could also have still gone for the card draw on the Fountainport. Helpful Hunter's not terrible. I guess we'll keep it. Any extra creatures should be fine. The big thing here is, like, when do they drop their second Sunfall too? Patchwork Banner, call cat, play Helpful Hunter. This is rough, dude. What do we do? Let's do Patchwork Banner. We still have 1 open. Let's see what we draw on the Helpful Hunter. And what this is doing is it's giving our cats a big boost on the board and helping us go wide with those kitty cats too. Oh, Regal Caracal. Wow. Jeez, man. That's something else. So this is probably a pretty good trade for the opponent. Let's try to swing at the Archangel. They might chump, but I think it's a good trade because they go back up to 16 here. And then all they have to do is go plus on the Archangel anyways. But yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. I think that's equally beneficial for both the opponent and I, because when they generate on Archangel Elspeth, their token comes in tapped, which could be very important. They go for the swing. We attempt some blocks, right? Especially like into the Lauren. We can go like that. See what happens. They have a 3/3 incubator here too. We're down to 33. They're up to 22. Sunfall, no, opponent. Why? Hey, maybe they'll deck themselves out with the Caretaker's talents, huh? Maybe. Yeah, we had a really good board state ready to go with the Regal Caracal. However, with Molten Duplication and everything, we get to reestablish the board really well here, which we might as well go for. It's too bad we don't have the resolve on the board. It's too bad we don't have everything else on the board, huh? Jeez, man. All right, let's try to take care of that. Wow, the Archangel Elspeth's at 7 loyalty now. Jeez, bro. Okay, I guess they have the -6. Return all non-land permanents. Permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. We should probably hit the Archangel Elspeth. It's just Lauren and Carrot Cake, though. Ah, that's rough, man. That's rough. Keeping Archangel Elspeth is actually kind of crazy, and they have 2 of them in there so far. Hopefully I'm playing this out well enough, guys. This one's melting my brain. I gotta be honest with you. Another Sunfall. I mean, that would be like it, right? Oh, Soul Partition on the Authority. This has annoyed them long enough, huh? All right, I'll try the blocks. See what happens. We just had terrific blocks, which means Sunfall. Opponent. Sunfall number 3 from the opponent, and that means they only got 1 left. 26 cards remaining. Sanguine Evangelist. Cool. I'd rather wait for them to power up some of these incubators before we drop our own Sunfall, but so split up for the turn probably, and banner number 3 isn't terrible, is it? So we can do banner number 3. Call kitty cats, of course, although tempted to call bunny rabbits. 1, 2, 3. We can play everything successfully. So destroy all untapped creatures. Sanguine Evangelist gets a token. Caretaker's talent draws them 2. I did it again. I did it again, guys. However, dropping the Sunfall for the turn would have exiled the Sanguine Evangelist. They wouldn't have gotten the token. They wouldn't have gotten the card draw. Maybe the game will come down to decking the opponent out, right? They got a great swing for the turn, though. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. The double boost on the Caretaker's talent. Ow. Down to 23 all of a sudden, but our Sunfall is going to land really nicely. They get more card draw on the Caretaker's talent. Dude, this is brutal. Maybe instead of hitting the Elspeth earlier, I should have hit one of the talents. Would have been less card advantage for sure. Okay. Carnival isn't great, but Sunfall is landing for the turn. Let's do this. Now they can power up the other incubator, and we're in danger. We're in danger. Guys, hey, I think I forgot to bring it up for this video. You know, terrible time to bring it up, but hey, if you like the video, Make sure you actually drop it a like, and if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing as well. It really does help out the channel. Evangelist, yes, I mean they're pretty much drawing everything in their deck list, so we have to anticipate everything at any given time, and I'm assuming Sunfall number 4 eventually too. If they would have missed Sunfall number 3, guys, I think we could have potentially gotten there. Also, if they would have missed Get Lost number 1, but you can't expect that, man. When you're playing against mono white mid range and you play an enchantment, you just have to expect the enchantment to be gone. A big enchantment, I should say, right? That being said, they haven't dropped a Get Lost on the Authority, and the Authority does seem to be pretty darn annoying for them. All right, they go for the swing. We might actually have a chance to take out the Archangel Elspeth, which just the amount of value that they've gained from that Archangel Elspeth is insane, dude. It's actually insane to think about. So we're going to use 2 of the mana to power up the Incubator here at the end of their turn. They go map token. They got 18 cards remaining, guys. If we find another Sunfall off the top, we could survive. Oh, go ahead, power up the Incubator. They still got 3 mana available. Oh, it's just a Fabled Passage, unfortunately. All right, well, let's go for the swing at the Archangel Elspeth, see if we can actually take it out. They dropped the GGs. It was, in fact, a GG's opponent. It was a good one, but boy, oh boy, could I have played it out better, huh? So something we could have done... Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. You know what? Battle cry, battle cry. You know what I didn't do? I didn't sacrifice the token at the end to see if we found Sunfall off the top. Oh, we also could have thinned the deck list too. Okay, it was a Fountainport. But yeah. Let's take the damage and make the opponent... Make it so that way the opponent doesn't have to wait any longer for the victory, guys. 23-minute game. Oh, buddy, those matches always remind me why I play aggro. Holy cow. Because if you're up against mono white mid-range and you're playing aggro, and the opponent drops the 3rd Sunfall, you're just like, okay, I guess that's it, right? Like, it doesn't take 23 minutes to figure that out. However, the only reason the opponent saw 3 Sunfall in that game is because I just kept giving them cards, dude. Oh, no. That was a bad one. I apologize, guys. That was rough. Right. We go first. Potentially the worst hand of the evening, but I think we have a lot to draw into here. Let's see what we see. And let's not give the opponent incredible card advantage. There was a lot that happened in that last game that didn't need to happen the way it did. So props to our deck list for kind of keeping up, right? And actually keeping up so well that it kind of felt like at any point we could have seen something that would have just completely turned the tides back in our favor. Them staying in for that long, though, I don't think we should be surprised at all. They miss with Dreams of Steel and Oil. Nice. That's good news, right? Let's establish the Caretaker's talent. Yeah, any draw outside of mana now would be really good. Unstoppable Slasher. We don't have the Exile yet on the Torch the Tower unless we want to... sacrifice the Caretaker's talent, which is not a great sacrifice. We could go for the draw for the turn on the Fountainport. We could do it on their turn too and block the Slasher at the last moment, which is probably okay. Yeah, that also works, right? I have to double check now because if I would have just done some more double checking in the last game, huh? Bandit's talent, ew. Let's go for the one of the Nahiri's resolves, I guess. We only need one of those. I don't want to discard anything though, honestly. Okay. I go for the swing. We also could have started with the draw to see. No, Nahiri's Resolve was still going to be what we discarded though, right? Ah, cut down for the 1/1. So they're getting a huge chunk of damage through. Now if we go Resolve for the turn, we might just die next turn. Get Lost. We need to exile this Slasher probably, and we need to do it now, I would say. Start with the card draw. But we'd want to get the planes down first because we want to keep the Vantage open. Down to 7. See what we draw, but it's going to be Torch the Tower, pop the 1/1 probably. It's brutal, but we should do it now, right? Right? We should. What happens if we wait against Mono Black? I'm gonna wait. I don't think Mono Black could have something fancy up their sleeve, right? So they do offer the chump. 4 mana open. Well, then it's no different then to just bargain up right now, get the exile going. Okay. I can't imagine what Mono Black would have had there. Arahbo. We keep that on top. Yeah, the exile on Slasher is really good. Let's see what their 4th mana is doing for them. It's a Sheoldred. I'd say that's doing a lot. Good thing we have Get Lost available. We don't want to take any extra damage when we're at 7. Arahbo. All right, let's go ahead. Mirrex is fine. We could use that for the white mana and then keep the Vantage open, even though we don't have anything. Oh, we do. We do have something here. We have Draw, which might draw us into a 1 mana card. But then also we could copy the Kitty Cat, which I would say is worthwhile while we have it. Let's do it. It's worthwhile because next turn might look like level 3 Caretaker's talent. And we also have more token generation in hand too if we needed more card draw on the talent. Man, this deck list is so freaking cool, man. I wish, oh, Sheoldred number 2 is really bad news. Holy cow. We're in danger? Now any amount of cards draw on the talent is going to be deadly for us. Resolve. That's really... Dude, Sheoldred number 2 is really bad news. First, we'll thin the deck list with the Fabled Passage, I suppose. It's not worth getting the Vantage down. Might end up discarding Vantage eventually to like a Liliana anyways. They swing with Sheoldred, maybe we'll have a chance. Yeah, if we go Resolve and bounce Arahbo, then token comes in, we draw. We're going to die just from drawing too many cards. Similar concept, the Caretaker's talent going down to 3. We could see spot removal for Sheoldred. I apologize, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. And Fountainport does a similar concept too. We get the Scry on the Carrot Cake as well. All right, dude. Sheoldred number 2 might be the nail in the coffin anyways, so... Get Lost! Hi! Wow! That's what we're looking for. Down to 3. But we'll do this now. Have some more map tokens, opponent. There you go, buddy. There you go. All right. Yeah, Carrot Cake gains us some life, too. Let's swing for 6. Wow. All right. Wait for their turn for the Carrot Cake because we want to get another card draw in before Sheoldred number 3 hits the board, right? And its talent. Probably the split up then at that point, right? Aw, GG opponent. I would have loved to play that out. I was playing too slow for the opponent probably, or it depends what else they had in hand because we have a really good board state and it's only going to get worse for the opponent as time goes on, I would imagine. 75% total deck win rate. We don't even talk about that middle loss there, guys. What match was that? No, I'm just teasing that. It was really rough though, man. Okay, so real quick, they had 2 cards remaining, 2 swamps, 4 map tokens that they're not doing anything with. They're at 14. We have 7 on the board. We're about to power up Caretaker's talent next turn. That's what they know, right? So that's another 6 on the board, plus the Carrot Cake token. Wow, that was hard to say for some reason. So even if this was 1 piece of spot removal for the Arahbo, they're still taking a ton of damage that turn. Yeah, that concede makes a lot of sense. All right, guys, 55 minutes in. Let's go over this deck list again. Really cool stuff. Hopefully I made it up to you guys with that last game. I could probably talk about that mono white mid-range game for the next 10 minutes because there was so much going on at any given point, and then I just kept giving value to the opponent. But the question is, at what point is mono white mid-range set up to not give themselves value regardless of what the opponent's doing anyways? You know what I mean? So like, how much did the extra cards actually go is what I'm getting at. I would say we don't know unless we actually knew what was in the opponent's hand. It probably went a long way for the opponent to have those extra cards as I was dropping Get Lost on our turn, giving them map tokens, right? Usually mono white mid-range doesn't have any extra protection for their creatures or their planeswalkers anyways. We should have waited to the very last moment, waited for them to already have drawn on the Caretaker's talent, dropped the Get Lost. I mean, these are instant speed for a reason, right? That's very important. So, all right, live and learn, I suppose, right? But like I said, I could talk for the next 10 minutes about that mono white mid-range game. I really don't want to do that. What's this? I got a style? Oh, Helpful Hunter style, guys. Oh, nice. I mean, that would have been nice to be playing with this whole time, right? That's a pretty good one. I will definitely be playing Helpful Hunter again in the future. All right, let's talk about the deck list? Question mark? I don't have a lot to say. Boy, it really showcased itself well, didn't it? I mean, holy cow. It did like the mid-range thing very well. Our spot removal was hitting very nicely. Authority of Consuls makes a lot of sense in here as a 3-of. In those mid-range games, guys, I'll tell you what, we would have won that mid-range white matchup if we saw Authority earlier, right? I think we would have just won because all those extra chump blockers that they ended up having once we had a huge chunky board state of tokens would have come in tapped. So that's really something to be said about the power that Authority of Consuls has in general. When you see it early on, you're going to be very happy about it. And it's like I said, I think I brought this up earlier. It's been doing the thing for our opponents, so should be able to do the thing for us too, huh? Carrot Cake is excellent. Wow, the kitty cats were excellent. The 3 Arahbo made a lot of sense. Being legendary kind of sort of sucks in a way when you're trying to Molten Duplicate every now and then, but there's plenty of other targets to hit with the Molten Duplication. Really like that this comes in as a token. You can draw on the Caretaker's talent, then you can copy that token with the Caretaker's talent too if you really want to be fancy about it that way, which could be interesting if you're going like extra Patchwork Banners and stuff and boosting all those extra cats. Also in that mono white mid-range match, the banner, one of the banners probably could have called bunny rabbits. At one point we had, what, 4 rabbits on the board, which is actually kind of crazy, right? Nahiri's Resolve, you don't want too many of these on the top end. I think 2 is right about where we want it. The emergency board wipes with the Sunfall and the split up make a lot of sense here too. I think they're usually going to do the thing, and I guess, yeah, no, I guess it's a good split between the 2, but these could probably be your board wipes of choice, question mark. But the extra token on the Sunfall, of course, working with the talent, all that's very, very important. And guys, I apologize again. I wish I could have played it out a little bit better for you. The mana felt pretty darn good, didn't it? And I actually like the 2 Fabled Passages. For this deck list, 24 mana felt about right, especially with the ramp on the banner. And then thinning out with cards like Fabled Passage is going to work well enough too, especially when we're scrying a lot and when we're drawing a lot as well. So I guess not too much to say here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the video before we actually hit the 1 hour mark. My goodness, a long one, huh? Hey, if you made it this far in, y'all are champions for real. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the deck list? Also, was I being too hard on myself with that middle mono white match? I don't think so. So I think I was being a good amount of hard on myself. All right, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.